Hi everyone, my name is Annie Starky and I'm an elite leader with a fabulous company called Modea, and it's my great pleasure to introduce you to something that we have been waiting for 18 months down under here in Australia. It's my great pleasure to share with you the fabulous new weight loss program that has been introduced by Modea around the world. It's our turn in Australia. So get ready everyone, get ready for summer. This particular program was released in America 18 months ago, and it has literally taken the States by storm. And when I run through why and how, you're actually really going to see the power of what this fabulous M3 pledge program can do and will do for you, for your family and for your friends. So without any further ado, we'll just keep going here. So I'm going to go through, and hopefully we can get through this in about 15 to 20 minutes so that you can actually really sort of think about it and be added to a secret group where you are going to find a lot more information over the next coming weeks. So basically, we all know that diets don't work, and it's very interesting because we don't see this as a diet. We're very clear about it, actually. And, you know, it's amazing. Right now, every day on the news, we're actually seeing information confirming this, that, you know, the average Australian, but actually the average person, goes on a diet about 4 times a year. Now, obviously, they're going on diets 4 times a year because they're not having the success rate. And we know in Australia, we've got some major issues here. You know, we know 7 in 1 men are overweight or obese. 1 in 2 women are obese, and 1 in 4 children are either overweight or obese. So there's something that's not right. Diets are actually not working, and as you can see here, it's saying Australian diet is worse than originally thought, and that's by the CSIRO study. So let's have a look at a bit more statistics, because at the end of the day, we all know that statistics, we often say, well, statistics, you know, tell the story, but they actually do. They actually don't lie, and they actually do tell a story. And so let's have a look at some of these statistics here in Australia. Australia is in a health crisis, there's no doubt about it, whether it's diabetes, the increase of diabetes, whether it's the increase of muscular joint pain, which comes from carrying too much weight. We know one of the biggest health industries is the gastro band surgery that the practitioners are suggesting for, you know, severely overweight people. We know that the impact on the economy has a total cost of about $58 billion. We actually also know that 25% of the Australian population are actually what we're calling overweight or obese. Now, why is this? There's been an incredible prevalence of this phenomenal weight gain since 1983. What happened in the early 80s? Now, I happened to be around in the early 80s, and I know I'm one of the people that could possibly tell you about every diet that's ever been. From, you know, some of you may remember the cabbage diet, the Israeli diet. There's been so many of them, you know, the Atkins, the South Beach diet, the Zone diet, you know, there's the Pritikin, the Dukan diet. There have been so many of them, the X Factor diet, you know, there's just been so many diets. And every year we see new ones. We see the fabulous growth of Jenny Craig. We see the fabulous growth of Weight Watchers. Now, why is that growth? It's because people are not actually learning about how to manage lifestyle. And so that's what's happened. We've had a big impact on lifestyle since 1983. And the biggest thing what happened in 1983, we went for the low-fat, high-carb diets. That was the start of a whole new revolution. And it's been really interesting because the science and the studies have actually flipped that on its head, and it's a very different world today in, you know, 2017, 2018, because we're now knowing, new research is showing that we need healthy fats. So the low-fat diet of the early 80s has done us a phenomenal disservice. Instead of having fat in our diet, we loaded sugar. You might have had low fat, but it was high sugar, and that's been a phenomenal, you know, curse, if you like, on so many people, because we know that sugar is just not good for us anymore. And if you really want to argue that point, check out the movie That Sugar movie, and you'll see what sugar can do to our bodies from a negative health perspective. The interesting thing is that the impact on the economy cost-wise is $58 billion, but the weight loss industry in Australia is worth over $8 billion. So it's costing us $58 billion, but the weight loss industry in Australia is worth $8 billion. So you can see it's economics, and people are actually struggling in it. They're being drowned by what works, what doesn't. I actually saw on the news the other night the DNA diet. And I went, oh my goodness, there's another level here of people going down, over the cliff with waiting for the ambulance to catch them at the bottom. At the end of the day, we actually have to address lifestyle. And that's one of the reasons I am so thrilled about what Modere has introduced, in USA, in America, and soon to be in the UK and Asia. It's actually real food. You must eat real food for real people to actually sustain real change. And that's what it's all about. So we are basing the entire premise of your weight loss on teaching you how to make lifestyle changes, how to actually eat real food. And, for me, real food is an avocado. It's actually, eggs and quinoa and a Mediterranean-based diet. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But it's actually supplementing with 3 key products. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. But there's been so much research on the Mediterranean diet, and the research is showing that the Mediterranean diet, people who choose to live and eat like the people from the Mediterranean regions, they will lose 52% more weight than anybody else on a standard low-fat diet. And yet we keep getting told it's the fats that are dangerous. The fats are not dangerous. They are our friends, as long as it's the right type of fats. And that's where the Mediterranean diet comes in. What I love about our program, we give you 5 diet plans to choose from. There's a no-grain one, there's a vegetarian vegan one, there's a standard Mediterranean, and there's a couple of other variations as well with menu choices and recipes. So for many people who are eating Mediterranean diets right now, we've got 3 other products that are going to absolutely help you boost your weight loss. And so that's one of the key things, is that you have to eat real food with this diet. If you just do, if you're doing shakes, you won't lose the weight. It's not sustainable long term. The great thing about the Mediterranean diet, it is a long-term sustainable program that you can choose and learn how to eat forever and a day, or for as long as you're here. But that's the most powerful thing about it. And it does include oils. So this is sort of the type of food. Now, you might be someone going, oh, actually, I don't like avocados, or, a hummus or tzatziki or eggs or, nuts. But that's basically what the the Mediterranean diet is all about. It's, it's asparagus, it's cheeses, it's really good, wholesome food. And as I said, we're going to supplement you with 3 products that will actually really help you make those lifestyle choices, because the M3 pledge is actually all about making some lifestyle choices. So we actually say that you take 3 products, you make 3 lifestyle choices for 3 months. So just think of take 3, make 3, for 3. That's how the program would basically work. So you take 3 products, and I'm going to run through those in a sec, but you make 3 lifestyle pledges. And when you actually see these 3, they're not actually hard to do. If you want long-term health, if you want to have sustainable eating regimes, if you actually want to be fit and healthy now and as you age. The first one, and we all know this one, I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist or a genius to know that fried food is not good for us. It's not good, particularly deep fried food. So the first thing we ask out of the 5 that you can choose from, so out of the 5, choose 3. Now, the first 3 are actually eliminate, and the next 2 are adopt. Now, someone like myself who is, works in the health and wellness industry, we do the 5 anyway, and I'll explain what they are. So the first one is avoid fried food, number 1. 2 is eliminate the white stuff, white pasta, white bread, white rice, white sugar. It's too highly processed for our digestive systems to deal with. But, you know, whole foods, whole grains, brown rice, if you choose to go on a meal plan that wants to have that level of carbohydrate, then go for it. But eliminate the white stuff. The third choice to eliminate is avoid sugary drinks. Now, that includes your diet sodas, and your fruit juices. They are full of sugar, and, you know, fructose converts to sugar and glucose in the body. And the challenge with sugar in our body is that, A, we can't digest it very well, but it causes us to spike in our blood sugar levels. And, you know, having a high blood sugar level stops the ability for fat to break down in the body, and a low blood sugar level puts us into a hypo state, and we need to eat sugar to get out of that state. So we need to maintain a healthy balance, and to do that, there is enough good glucose in other foods. We don't need to add sugary drinks at all, or sugary beverages to our everyday life. And so, you know, that's the third thing to eliminate. The other things is to adopt, and that's to drink 2 litres of water a day. Now, we live in Australia and our climate is dry, and that's probably not a difficult thing for us to do in summer, but in winter we actually need to really focus on drinking our 2 litres of water a day. The other one is to walk 10,000 steps, and we know that's actually the National Heart Foundation and the Australian recommendation is to move your body, be active. Now, whether it's walking 10,000 steps, rowing, riding, cycling, you know, bushwalking, whatever it is for you, it's just get your body moving to the equivalent of about 10,000 steps. So an hour's worth of good exercise a day is really going to assist you in a lifestyle change. And so it's about eating correctly and eating well for your body, but it's also about making these fundamental lifestyle changes that assist with your overall health. So it says, remember, it was, you know, take 3 but make 3. So what are the 3 that you would choose to do? And if you're really keen to lose the weight and to get fit and healthy, particularly for summer, but particularly for the rest of your life, we suggest you do the 5. And so that's the 5 pledges. So the take 3. There's 3 key products, and I want to go through those in a little bit of detail, because these are the 3 things that are going to actually kick your body into a position of shedding the unwanted kilos, the fat that actually hasn't been able to move, and, you know, the lethargy that has possibly descended upon you because of the way the other diets have worked over time. So we take the product called Burn. It's called Burn, and you take it in the morning. It's a natural, clean thermogenic. Now, what does a thermogenic do? It actually burns fat and it stimulates your metabolism. That's the most important thing, is to actually, you know, get the process of thermogenesis happening in your body. It does it by stimulating the lipolysis, and what that is the breakdown of body fat into free fatty acids. Now, those then get used as fuel for the body. One of the first things you're going to notice when you take this is an abundance of natural energy. It's your fat being used as an energy source. This lipolysis gets in, breaks down the body fat, and converts it to energy for you. Now, if you take this, you know, before you exercise, my goodness, get ready for a phenomenal workout in the morning. Sometimes it's best to take it on a little bit of food. You might want to have a little bit of protein. A little bit of protein before exercise works a treat anyway. Take your 3 burn in the morning, or 2 burn in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, to help you get through the rest of the day if you've got a full-on day. And you're going to find that your body is going to melt that fat away. It absolutely assists in calorie burning, and they're all natural ingredients. And you're going to see that every single one of them is natural. You've got olive leaf extract, and you've got citrus oils. You've got some fabulous opportunity to really get your body working at an optimum level. So Burn is the first thing that we take for the month. And these are all, but these 3 products are based on a monthly supply. Sustain is the second thing that we have in our, what we call our M3 pledge packs, and that's 10 grams of phenomenal protein. So it's pea protein, as you can see, and it's 10 grams, and it's basically all in there to fight hunger. So when do you take this? You take this, you know, around about that 3 o'clock lull or 4 o'clock lull. It depends on when it hits you, but you have to have a substantial lunch and a Mediterranean lunch. So you have your Mediterranean-based breakfast, your healthy salad lunch, or whatever you're having, tuna, egg, whatever you're having for lunch. You know, it might be fish, lamb, could be just a salad. It's up to you. But then this is what you take in the mid-afternoon. And it's actually fortified, not just with protein, but a whole lot of other essential vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that actually help you get through with that extra push for the afternoon. And it actually takes away that need that you start having of looking for that afternoon snack. And for many people, it ends up being, it might end up being a chocolate bar or a savory, you know, snack of chips or something that is just not healthy. If you're in an office environment and someone walks past with something, it's like, feed me, feed me. Well, this is where you feed yourself. Now, it is a shake. You just put it with water, or you can choose to put it with almond milk. Tastes stunning with almond milk. I actually prefer it with water. Give it a good shake, drink it, and it fills you up. It's protein. So you're getting a big dose of protein. Remember, it's fortified with actually vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. It's portable and it's convenient. You put that little sachet in your bag or in your satchel or whatever you're taking with you for the day, and you get a shaker, and Bob's your uncle. You're right to go. So sustain in the afternoon is a key component. You know, I've actually been using these products, and I found that if I don't take it, I fall victim to needing something else. And, you know, I choose to go for protein balls. So once again, it's that protein that my body is looking for. The third thing is called zinc, and we suggest you take zinc in the evening. It's a delicious fiber supplement that actually fills you up and aids you with in your digestive processes. Now, I love this product. This is probably my favorite out of the three. It's got insoluble fiber, so it makes you feel full, has prebiotics already in it for digestive health, and it's got a patented oat fiber. So that actually helps you with elimination. Now, you take this about 20 minutes before a meal. You take it 20 minutes before a meal. I actually cook most meals in this family. I would like not to have that role, but that's what happens when you've got 3 teenagers. And I take it as I start preparing the evening meal. So, you know, even tonight, I think I had the what I was cooking in the pan, and I took my zinc then, and then we eat 20 to 30 minutes later. For some people, it's as soon as you walk in the door from work, because that's sometimes a bit of a downfall too, where you might reach for the cheese and biscuits or something that may not be so healthy. But this zinc product, particularly 20 minutes before a meal, has the most amazing effect on the body. And you know, I'm just going to say that because when I get up in the morning, and maybe too much information here, but when I get up in the morning and you do your morning, you know, ablutions, the old-fashioned word there, you feel phenomenal. You know, it's a total release. You feel fantastic. And I actually get up thinking, gosh, I might feel my tummy's flatter, because that's the feeling it gives you. That's the 3 lots of fiber and the 2 lots of fiber and the prebiotics. It has that phenomenal effect. So this is an amazing, amazing product. And I really encourage you to take the 3 of them. This is the take 3, the make 3, and you do it for 3 months. It's that 90 days. You know, in the first 30 days, you start feeling, you sort of go, oh, I'm feeling different. In the second 30 days, so the 60 days, people start noticing. They go, oh, you're looking different. You look like you've lost weight, or something's different about it. And by the third 90 days, everybody who knows you will go, what have you done? You've lost weight. Something's happened. You've lost weight. Now, it's interesting because my husband's been on it as well, and he actually hasn't lost lots of kilos, but his body shape has changed. And so one of the biggest things about this product is it will be different for everybody. Some people will start losing weight straight away. Others will actually lose shape first, and then 40 days in, the weight starts kicking off. It's a really interesting product, and it's just brilliant. But the reality is that in the 18 months that it's been going in the States, there's been £1 million lost. Now, that's over 500,000 kilos. Now, imagine if people in Australia, collectively, we could lose 500,000 kilos. Imagine what would happen. Imagine what would happen to the health. And, you know, we're a health and wellness company, and that's our primary mission, is we want people to live clean, to be healthy, to be well. And imagine if we could help people. So in America, we actually often say, once you see the results on yourself, it becomes an addiction. And what do we mean by that? You want to keep that weight off. You start choosing to live well. You've got great lifestyle choices. You're eating well, and you want to share it. You want to start shouting it from the rooftops. And I think that's one of the biggest things, is that we have the opportunity through secret groups where people feel comfortable adding their family and their friends and inviting other people to join. And that's where people start collectively working as a community and helping everyone through that. So the person who invited you on this tonight can actually introduce you to a, you know, fabulous M3 lose weight community. And that's really key. So it is about real food, it is about real people, and it is literally about real change. So I want to show you some results. These are two people in the States that have done phenomenal. And so we've really, because we're just coming into Australia now, we're using some American results, but I've got one at the end actually from Australia who trialed it. But this is how powerful it is. Have a look at these guys here. You've got Jarrell Brazel. He's done extraordinarily well in 90 days, and you can see a noticeable difference. And the young mum, have a look at that. And I don't know how many young mums that you know that are desperate to shift that baby weight. Some people can lose weight from breastfeeding, others don't. I didn't, and I did Jenny Craig to lose some weight years ago when I had my daughter, my second daughter. So it is all about, you know, being kind to yourself, but making the right choices. So that's what it's about. Real food, real people, real change. Have a look at some of these others. You know, June the 11th to July the 25th, fabulous results there. Our man in the green, he looks phenomenal. That's a 90-day result there. And I love this one here, the lady who's lost, you know, 10 kilos in M3 on 2 months. And, you know, she has Hashimoto's. She's tried a number of ways to lose weight, and M3 is the only thing that has worked for her. I heard another story today on a video clip I watched about M3, one particular lady who was very, very, very big, and she's been on M3 for 3 months from America. She bought the product in herself to Australia from America. Her results are phenomenal. And she was saying today on a little clip I watched, nothing has ever worked for her. Nothing. Not even the fast fad diets, which we know you don't anyway because you always regain it. But this has shifted because she's made the intelligent lifestyle choices that goes with this program. She's changed her diet to be a Mediterranean-based diet. And, you know, if you're looking, we've got recipes in a booklet form, but if you're looking to ramp up some cooking skills, then check out what is based on Mediterranean diet. There's so much information about it. There are actually books in, you know, in stores that you can actually get on the Mediterranean diet. Some more results. Just love these. I love the lady's face in the bottom right-hand corner. She looks happy. So you can see some phenomenal results there. You know, you've got, once again, lady, I love the way people are proud to share as well. And I think that's one of the big things. I find this so inspiring to be able to share with other people because you're proud of what you've done is really amazing. So they're just awesome, awesome results. And of course, look at this. This is a lovely lady in Australia, Dora, one of our fabulous Modea leaders who lives in Melbourne. You know, that is phenomenal results. It's actually 4 kilos in 2 weeks. So she's done extremely well in 2 weeks. So, you know, some people will lose it quickly, as I said, and others will take some time. But take the 3 months. Your journey cannot be evaluated in 2 weeks. It can't be evaluated in 4 weeks. Evaluate your journey in 90 days. But more importantly, make sure that you're taking the pledge. Take 3, make 3 for 3 months is the most important thing. So I just want to say thank you for joining me tonight on tonight's M3 weight loss system. As I say, stand by. It's coming to Australia. By the time some of you listen to this recording, it will be here August the 14th at midday. It will be available for all customers of Modere, for all your family, your friends, everybody you know, to actually start this program. Some of you who will be listening this, others will have already started and will be having fantastic results already being shared. So, you know, go back to the person who invited you on this or tagged you into this for tomorrow as we load it into our systems, and get very excited. You will be in the best shape of your life in 90 days and you'll be ready for that fabulous Australian summer. So thanks everyone. I'm looking forward to actually seeing all your results and sharing with you our results as we journey with Modere and M3. Take that pledge. Thanks everyone.